Taking a quick short stop, pit break here at a nice little restaurant here in town to pick up a drink because I am just parched. I'm thirsty. Been doing some repair work, inspections, estimates, and I'm out of water, so I stopped to get one of these roasted coconut drinks. Oh, they're so good. Nice, good cocoa water, very sweet. Little pieces of coconut in it. Float down at the bottom, give it a little swirl, tip it up. It's good. You can get it at this place called El Borrego's here in Kokomo, right downtown. Like downtown's right here. Nothing fancy here in Kokomo, but pretty nice little restaurant on site here. Mexican grocery store. Food, drinks, snacks, whatever you think of, they've got it here. Plus a nice sit-down restaurant. So if you're in the area and you want another nice Mexican restaurant, a side of Mexican grill, El Borrego's. But we are somewhere, the GoPro is, tethered to the laptop. I'm trying to transfer some repair video that I just shot. A couple of repairs I did with the GoPro. And I'm going to try to upload it yet tonight on my travels. I've still got a few more stops to get to. But I might stop at my dad's. He's got fiber optic, just to upload real quick on their Wi-Fi and then continue on because it's not really out of the way. Just wanted to stop here, just sit for a minute and just enjoy it. I got to because, oh my god, it's so good. It's almost gone. About to have to pop this next one right here. Give a nice little shake, pop that baby open, and don't forget the last little bit, you really got to tip it back and shake to get those few chunks back into your mouth there. Then you gotta chew them because they're so good. Trust me, if you've not tried this, you've got to. So one of the repairs I did, nothing crazy. It was a couple shingles missing, dimensional shingles. Got those repaired. It was, I took a guess, a stab like 10-15 minutes. Did it uncut, completely uncut. I think it was like 17 minutes. That's the intro, talking, whatever, to replace like 6 shingles maybe. So that one's uploading to the laptop now. Got to another one. It was a riser pull boot that somebody actually had moved the riser, the meter base and everything, and needed the boot installed. So did that real quick. I guess probably 10 minutes or so. I think it was 14 minutes maybe. Again, intro, explaining, narrating, and doing it. So these repairs aren't hard. It can save people a ton of money. So that's why I'm putting it out there for. Try to clear notifications off here real quick. Ooh, not sure what happened there. I went to clear notification and it went right to it. If you guys don't mind, comment below what happened. Did it go dead? It said resume, so I'm like, okay, we'll try to resume here. Where's chat? Top message, all messages, show all messages. There's no messages, that's why. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, give it a quick shout in the comment section, because I'm not sure. Hopefully I'm still getting out there. But anyways, so the second repair was the riser pull. Did that. In between there, I've had to measure for some, okay, appreciate that. Measure for a metal install. Somebody needs help doing labor and various roof estimates today. A couple of repairs today. Try to get the repairs done yet, and inspections done tonight. Got a few more to figure up tomorrow, and hopefully tomorrow's gonna be a little more laid back, easy day. I posted a short this morning. If you haven't seen it, 55-second short of this morning. My first stop at the shop today, went to load the trailer to get it delivered, and I'm in the skid steer, turn, it's like, what the hell? My tire was flat, didn't realize it because it's such a rigid tire, but when you're in the skid steer and you turn sharp like that, it just busted the tire right off the bead or popped the bead. So I had to get that going and came up with a cool little solution because I couldn't find any good ether spray to set the bead, so I did a short of that this morning. Delivered the trailer and started all my runs, so it's been a very productive day today. But figured I'd go live real quick because this shit is so good. And then just say, yeah, keep an eye on the channel because I got first person view, 2 videos. Trying to upload tonight, probably release one later, I don't know. That'd be 3 today. The short, repair video, and the live now. So where are you guys watching from? I'm only going to go for a few minutes. I'm going to open this next drink up and start driving my next stop. Plus, these come in really solid cans. Oh, you know what? That's what I was going to talk about. Part of the reason I wanted to do this. Sound Money. Damn, where the hell did I put them? Oh, they're right here in my lap. Okay, so I went into this restaurant here, El Borrego's here in Kokomo, to get these drinks. And the price didn't seem right because I was looking at the sticker on the wall, on the glass window, and it said $1.39, which is a hell of a deal for this, $1.39. I'm guessing it's an old. Delaware. Oh, you're out there, Lois. Appreciate it. So because I questioned it, she matched it, which I wasn't trying to. I was like, it's not a big deal. It's only $1.50 off. I'm not worried about it. I just want to drink, and I want to drink it now. But she's like, no, no problem. So she fixed it. Well, it came to be what I paid with. They owed me some bills and 3 cents. What it was different. It wasn't going to give me 3 cents. But the reason I want to shoot that is when she handed it to me and dropped it in my hand, I put it in my pocket. It was dark. You know, I was like, okay, throw them in there. And I'm walking out, and it's shaking in my pocket, hitting my cell phone. I'm like, that's sound money. Yep, that is some hard money right there. Now, if you people have not heard the term hard money or sound money, let me tell you. If you look at this, it's just a penny. Does that look like anything without really seeing it? I mean, it's a penny, yes, but can you see anything with that? Does it have that look to it? But you're like, yeah, that's a copper penny. So, granted, it is only a penny, but it's still hard money. It's sound money. If you're around my age or older than me, you probably remember the days when you could pull out some silver quarters, and the sound of a silver quarter when it goes ping to another one or drops on the ground, you hear it ping, the resonant frequency of it. It's because this here is copper, and the sound of it versus one of these shitty shield pennies that's zinc, they're junk, they sound totally different. It's like a guitar string or a piece of metal. The thicker, the longer the metal, it's going to vibrate and have a sound different. That's why they have the term sound money. You can hear the sound of it. No, why are you hearing this with a riffing channel? I mean, today's times, the way inflation is right now and the cost of everything, this penny, face value, is actually worth more. Usually it's within 1.5 to 3 cents is the value, the melt value, not the face value of 1 cent. And I've done videos before. It's probably been a couple years. I was in Walton, Indiana, heading to Logansport doing an estimate, and somebody gave me a drink. I was buying a drink, my Arizona herbal tonic drink, and I got change. And I was like, I can tell that's a silver dime. And sure as shit, yes, it was a silver dime. You don't find the silver in circulation much because it's been plucked. You can find copper all the time, but the beauty with these, now I can flip it around, it's a wheat penny. Not just 1, but 2 and 3 wheat pennies, all at one stop. Every now and then you'll get a wheat penny. I mean, you get copper pennies quite a bit. Every now and then you'll get a wheat penny. But 3 damn wheat pennies is change. It makes me want to run back in there and be like, hey, can I have every penny you got? Here's a few bucks. Because chances are somebody brought a bunch of these in and didn't know. And there are some very few rare dates that are worth a lot of money. 1952, 1956. It's none of these. 1952 or 57. So during the wartime, they went from copper to steel because they needed the copper for the artillery. And I don't remember Delaware, Philadelphia, I don't know, one of the mints, they actually got several copper blanchets in when they're supposed to be steel. And a few of those made it into circulation. Those are worth some money. So anyway, I just wanted to rant real quick about sound money, because it always just gets me feeling good when I get something like wheat pennies handed to me, 3 of them in one go like this, or a silver dime or silver quarter or something. But wow, chat is quiet today. This will be, like I said, a short one, just because I do need to get going. Anyone got any questions before I wrap this one up on the drive here? And hopefully the audio stays. As soon as I start the truck, it may want to try to connect to Bluetooth, which hopefully the audio won't switch over. Listening and learning. I appreciate it. Is that Jenny Lynn? A few other views in here. Yeah, so if you haven't seen the short I did today, just check it out. You might learn something from it. If you ever have to work on a tire and reset your own bead, 2 ways that I know of: spray it with ether, light it, but it can be dangerous. If it's on the ground, they can fly up in the air. This, all I did simply was I didn't have any spray, and it was on my skid steer, so I dropped the forks down all the way to lift the front axle off the ground. It's not even an axle, just the front tires. And then put a strap around it, and you winch that thing in, and just flares the sidewalls out, reset the bead. Hey, your roof's still on? Coors Light. Why does the name sound familiar? Somebody, if you've seen the channel a lot. Is my roof still on? Yeah, my roof's still on. Am I still roofing, if that's what you mean? Yeah, I'm still out right now working at whatever time it is, 5 o'clock, 5:09 Eastern time.
Between you and other people. Report.
I'm gonna pause that. technology. I wasn't wanting that to play. It just knows when my truck connects to my phone, start playing the last audiobook, which is Nobody is Coming for You, or Nobody is Coming to Save You. Pretty good book. The one before that was Magic of Thinking Big. I finished that one up pretty quick. I'm on this one. If you like books like that, this guy was an Army Green Beret or something. He was up there, and he's seen some shit, gone through some shit, but he's talking about what he's talking about, his experiences in life, and this book's really good. What coin was that? They were copper coins, wheat pennies. Yes, the Wheaties, 3 of them. Blazing Wolf. So if you just chimed in, I literally just stopped at this Mexican restaurant to get a couple of these drinks here, and they gave me some change, threw it in my pocket, and walking out to my truck, I could just hear it. It sounded different. It's that good solid sound of money. Sound money. Yeah, so copper Wheaties. I don't find it often, but you can find... yes, I'm in Indiana. He's replying to somebody. No, I'm not in Florida. Coors Light. No, I am in Kokomo, Indiana. Thanks, Blazing Wolf. Oh, I appreciate that, Blazing Wolf. But yeah, so anyway, I've got 2 videos recorded today. I might release one later tonight. Let's just see where they are. They're maybe transferred here. What year is the most valuable? It, I think, was the... When did World War II start? 1942, 1943, 44, somewhere around there. One of those years, if you get the copper when it's supposed to be steel, that's worth like $1 million or more. And there's only supposed to be like 12 known, and a few of them made it into circulation. Only 1 was found. But all Wheaties are worth a little bit. I mean, all copper is worth 3 times the face value usually, which isn't much. But then there can be rare things. I'm not a big avid coin collector, but when you get Wheaties, keep them. You get copper, keep it. Let me see where this transfer is here on the laptop. Okay, it's done transferring. I got the 2. It's like, shit, cancel. Whoops, beep. You didn't hear that. 3 gig and 2.6 gig. So not crazy files, but by the time I get that in the software, actually it's 1 video file. I might be able to just straight up upload that. GoPro is kind of like the DJI drones. If the video is over, say, 15 minutes, it lops it into several fragmented videos. So if you want to upload it to YouTube, you need to import them into video editing software, bring them together as 1 video file, render it, and then upload it. I think I can just send these up to YouTube. And I've got, I think, 5G right here, so it'd still take a while because that's only going to be 30 to 50 megabit a second upload, whereas fiber optic will be 500 to 1 gigabit per minute. It depends. So the melt value, if you just Google melt value, penny melt value, let me see if I can do that real quick for you. Penny... Oh, I don't have my internet on. Let me see if I can swipe down here on the screen real quick. Bear with me. I don't know what it's going to do. It's going to say shut Wi-Fi off. It should not affect the stream at all. But I need to turn my hotspot on, and I'll Google it real quick while I'm on live here. Is that Coors? You're in the Florida? What part of Florida? How'd you fare with the hurricane that just went through there? My sister's just north of Tampa, not far from Tampa, and they were okay. They had some strong winds, some heavy rain, but pretty much other than that, flickering power, and are good. Hopefully everybody else made it through good. Oh, I thought you said you were in Florida. No, maybe somebody questioned I was in Florida. I thought you said you were. Okay, 1909 to 1982 Lincoln penny melt value. Currently, right now, at the time of this video, what is October 10th, 2024, the melt value is 2.9 cents. Yeah, so 0.0293, so almost 3 cents for a Lincoln penny. Yeah, and I believe it goes up to 1982, all mints, and then 1983, there are some mints. So pretty much 1982 and older, you're going to see copper pennies that are worth more. So basically, 1 copper penny, you know, if it's going to be like a 1980, it's going to be melt value of 3 cents versus the 1 cent face value. And yeah, it's only a penny. People are like, oh, you're gonna get rich on it. No, dude, you're missing the whole concept. It's because of things like that you think about, you get to where you want to go, not literally because I'm hoarding copper pennies. Some people just don't have a mind and can't think. Yeah, it's actually gone up. I mean, hell, what's silver right now? Silver's 30, I'm gonna guess 28 to $32, and no, maybe it was 24. I don't remember. Let's see, silver. 31.38 is the current market value on silver. It's going up pretty good. It's not the all-time high, but silver bullion, silver is 31.82 an ounce. Let's see what gold is. I think gold is pushing 2,900. Gold is $2,647.30. Yeah, it makes all that gold. I had a guy call. I get a ton of random calls and marketers and all this. But this guy's like, hey, Brian, isn't it a good time to buy right now with the uncertain times? And gold is whatever it is he was saying. This is like just this week. And he's like, it's a great time to buy. I was like, dude, I've been buying when silver was $9 and $8 an ounce. You know, it took a big old plunge during COVID. I bought a shit ton more. You got to buy when people are panicking and then sell when people want more. Or don't sell. I mean, that's my thing. I don't ever sell. I haven't sold 1 ounce of silver or gold since I started buying it. I never sell guns, tools, and gold. Well, silver, gold, any of that. Real estate, never sell real estate. Oh, you weren't far off. 31, 37. What did I say it was? 32. How's everyone doing tonight? 31, 38. You're still pretty close. Yeah, I was only a penny off. Never sell your beans yet. Yeah, never sell my my seasonings. I don't have cigarettes, but I wouldn't sell any of that. Actually, I just picked up another few hundred rounds of ammunition. Actually, it's right here. Somewhere back here. Let's see, where are we at? Just got some cheap stuff. Got a few more. Nothing special. I just wanted to get a few more cases of 50 rounds for the 9, and then I've got plenty of 40 cal, 5.56, 22 long, 22 Magnum. What else do I have? 50 cal, muzzleloader, bolts, arrows, all that stuff. Once I acquire it, never sell it. Kind of randomness for a riffing channel, huh? Anyone got any riffing questions? We'll try to get through a couple of riffing questions or just a general little hangout. I'll start driving here. $5.17. You know what? Maybe I'll just drive to the shop. Keep the video going. Go to the shop. Call it a day. Upload the videos. Release another one for you guys. Start fresh tomorrow. That'll allow me to get home at a decent time to my family. Tomorrow I've got at least 1 repair I've got to do. 2 inspections. I've got a 10 o'clock appointment at Sheridan. Yeah. Start fresh early. Head down to Sheridan. Come back, Western Howard County, do the repair. Mow the lawn at the shop. Wrap up early Friday. Let's do that. We'll just keep it going and head to the shop. Hopefully that skid steer tire is still aired up. I just left it. It's probably, actually I think I set it down. I think I took the strap off and set it down. Hopefully I don't need to air it back up. Been burning the barn. If you guys saw the vlog video I did, I don't know if it was Friday or Monday, whatever day it was. I haven't really burned since Tuesday. Yeah, I think that might have been Monday. And then I burned Tuesday, and then they enacted a burn ban here in my area, county-wide, because it's been so dry. There's been a handful of field fires. I don't know if it's idiots throwing cigarettes out, or idiots being idiots, or if it's just combines overheating and spitting stuff out or what, but we've had a handful of fires. Hell, one of them was right down by my shop. So I figured, I better not burn. I got plenty to do and stay busy. So I'm about one more day away of having that barn gone. But anyways, I was using the skid steer to move all the wood, and I think I had hit some pieces of metal. The first one I split the sidewall, gosh, like a 6-7 inch slice right through the sidewall of the tire. I just shredded that one. This one, it held pressure the full day Tuesday. It wasn't until this morning I went to load the trailer, I realized the bead had popped. So I don't know if I got a small nail in it. And I need to find the leak and air it up. But it seemed to be holding air. I just don't know how long it's going to hold air for. Do I ever do roof coatings like acrylic or silicone? I've done a couple over the years. It's been a long time. Actually, I was with another previous employer. I think by the time, well, ever since like 2020, there was a shortage on that stuff. You couldn't get it, and if you could, it was, what, $500 plus per bucket. It was just outrageously priced. I mean, at that, you might as well just get a whole new roof system instead of, well, I mean, technically they say the coatings are a roof system. But instead of putting a roof system over a subpar surface, substrate, like, why not? So, for example, a buddy of mine was looking at redoing his shop and silicoating over it. But by the time you figure all the cost of the material and then the time to do it, you're better off just to put new metal on. So, a lot of that is price driven on the market. If shingle roofs can be installed cheap, the material to acquire is cheap, or cheaper, I should say, not cheap, but cheaper, nobody's going to want to go that route if it's expensive to get the silicone, you know. If the silicone comes down and it's pretty much a comparable price for material and labor, or shingles go higher, there's market price is a big thing when it comes to stuff. So it's hard to sell, in my opinion, not here. And again, it could also, you know, a big factor could be what kind of condition is the substrate in. Are there a lot of seams, gaps, cracks where you need to do a lot of additional patching first? Or is it going to be easy, just put the coat, the base, and the top cap on? Versus if you were to remove the roof system and put a new system on, how much is going to go into it? Just, it really depends on the job. Every job is a little different, unique. But in my opinion, if you had to say a silicone coating system, Henry's, Carnac, Gacco, any of those, it's not worth it. Easier labor, definitely. You're just paying people to roll stuff on or spray stuff on, but I'd probably opt to just replace the roof. I've had a few roof videos I shot over the past few months. I couldn't publish because it was real estate transactions. It was kind of shit show roof and just bad stuff I'd heard. I'm like, I'm not going to post this because the seller or the buyer or the potential home buyer, but I drove by one of them today, just ironically. I was like, oh, hey, I remember that. It's like, oh, somebody bought it. Okay, well, I guess I can release the video now. So I might find some of those. I've got videos from a year or two ago doing real estate inspections that I haven't released yet. So I do have plenty archived I could release. It's just the time it takes when I want to sit down and hang out with my family, or honestly just have a cold beer. I don't want to pull up YouTube and go editing and modifying the channel to release videos. But it's easy to do when I'm at work. Then my belly's going to be full of this coconut water with these little coconut pieces. So there's only a few of you in chat here. Reach in your pocket if you got any change. Look through it. Do you have any copper pennies? Chances are you don't have silver coins, unless you're a coin collector. But I'm pretty sure if you got any pennies, you could probably find a copper penny. They just have that darker look to it, a little oxidized copper, a little dark look. You can always look at the side usually when it comes to coins, silver, well, not silver, nickels, dimes, well, not nickels even, dimes and quarters. You just turn it sideways, look at the side. If it's copper, blank with the other metal, you'll see that little look on the side. Whereas if it's a silver coin, it's going to be silver throughout. Easy to spot them that way. So if you want to get like a roll of dimes or something, and take the roll open, but keep them all looking at the side as they're stacked vertically. You just look down the side and you'll see a copper coin in there. I'm sorry, not copper, a silver coin in there. It'll just be a different look, solid throughout. Easy to find on the way. I got a couple boxes of dimes to do that once, and I went through several boxes and only found one, so you don't find many. They've been plugged from circulation a while back. But look in your pocket now. Chances are you can find a copper one. And guess what? That's probably the best investment you've had in a long time, because you just 3x'd your money damn near. As if you sell it. Yeah, we're not far off from the shop. Sun coming right into my eye here, can't see that. Here in Cali, cool roofs are big. I can't read that, it's too much of a glare on my screen right now while I'm driving. I'll look at it up here in a minute. Get to the stop sign. PVC membrane for a low slope roof. Never done any PVC or TPO. The most we do, or the majority of what I've done has always been shingles, asphalt shingles, roll roofing. I don't do a ton of it, just when we need to. Rubber, EPDM, reinforced EPDM, and really that's about it. Metal, done some metal, exposed fastener and standing seam. Actually, I think I'm getting ready to do a standing seam in the office, just a little section for the YouTube studio backdrop wall. Wagler Steel Sales, shout out to them. They're going to work with me on getting me a few panels of that shiplap stuff that I've talked about in other live videos. They contacted me and said, hey, you know, we want to work with you on this. So I told them, you know, if they can help me out with that, I'm going to recommend them and put their little logo up in the background. Great company to work with if you're anywhere in the area. I mean, you don't even have to be close. There's been people that have seen the YouTube videos and actually not been able to find a supplier in their area to do what they need, and they saw the video. I believe they were like in New York or New Jersey or something. Contacted them. They were, yep, yeah, we can make that for you. They drove all the way here to central Indiana to pick it up. So if you're anywhere near central Indiana, within an hour or two, check them out. Wagler Steel Sales, Wagler Metal Sales, one of the two of those. They are just northeast of Kokomo, out near Wampakon, north of 18, I think it is. See if I can see what that comment said here. Oh, cool roofs are built. You mean like white colored roofs? Roll on white, PVC. There's a company here that does nothing but those white roofs. They stay pretty busy, but they pretty much just do commercial contract stuff, commercial buildings and things. Right here, down this road, is where that fire was. About a half mile down this way, and my shop is up in this mile here, so it wasn't far from me. I was actually coming back into town, and a bunch of volunteer firefighters were heading that direction, and I heard about it about an hour after that they were fighting a field fire. I think the last rain we had was the remnants of Milton. No, not Milton. The hurricane that came up and devastated the mountain region. But we just got a little bit from that, and it was still dry at that point. We didn't get too much. It stayed just south of my area here, more towards Indianapolis. Adding lime to the fields already. Lime and cover crop. We're not going to even be able to pull into the shop because I left the skid steer right there. And we'll just do a quick little walk around update video here. Alright, let me see. Did I miss anything here? Nope. Really quiet in chat today. I'll give you an update here. I'll upload those videos. Try to get one out. Oh, switch camera. There we go. Oh, no, still there, still up. So this thing has seen some better days, but it's good for what I need it for. The seals over time, I can't remember if I think it's these, one of the seals in these, it will bleed out over time. But I lifted it up this morning about 8:30 when I got here, and it's still up off the ground, so those are holding pretty good. I think it's just these. But yeah, the bead was off. So I was trying to load up my 16-foot Liberty trailer, and I turned where I keep it parked back there by the paper. I backed up and spun it around, and it popped the seal, the bead right off. And there's no way, as rigid as this thing is, I was going to get it set. I tried inflating it, tried hitting it. Could not get any good fluid that was going to flame up in there real good. I've done that before, so I was like, you know, let's get a strap on here. I've heard of people doing that. Use this one. I mean, you can watch the video, but God, it put some serious force on there and broke the little weld joint right there. I thought that was going to pop, but it worked. Got it set. Was able to air it up and get the stuff loaded and lifted it back up here to see how long it was going to hold for. Still got air. All right, I don't know how many days it's going to last. We'll see. Yeah, not much in here. We got the garden all taken out pretty much. Got to till it under. Get this strapped on and till it. The fire, if you watch the vlog video, the pile has really gotten small. Again, I think it was Monday when I shot that. Well, no, I take it back. May have been Friday. I don't even remember. But the pile was much bigger. I did start the second pile, was burning over there. You can see all the metal I've been pulling out as it's been burning. This pile was basically all the way back to that little rock back here. And I burned enough of it that I was trying to push this backside that direction. That way I can simply, when I'm ready to burn this here and let it slowly burn that direction when the winds are right, when I lift the band. And it's not close to my tree line of pine stuff back here. It's not that big. And then I get to do the daunting task of raking up and cleaning up all the stuff in the pile down here. But this was where that old 1840s barn was. From about right here. The foundation was those big boulders. There's another big boulder right here. I still got to get out. It's buried. It's this entire thing right here. It's a big rock. This whole thing. But that's about all there is to that. Let's go sit back in the shop for a minute and wrap this up. Shh, I'm telling you what, these are still hotter than hell. It just needs dug into a little bit. There can be some crazy coals in there. Still feel a little heat to it. Last little pile of metal randomness I pulled out. Some of this stuff's kind of cool looking. Anyway. Just random barn shit in there. You uploaded the burn vlog on Saturday. Oh, okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. The vlog of the burning. I don't know if it was released Saturday. Maybe it was shot Friday, released Saturday. But I didn't do anything really this weekend. Hung out with my wife and daughter. And then started burning back Monday and Tuesday. I've just been busy. I was actually getting ready to start building the bathroom wall in here. Just haven't had a chance. That's on the list to do. We're going to go just a little bit more, and then I'll get that video uploaded and released. Here's a combine. What happened to this computer? It's not even on. It's running. Why is the screen not coming on? Any questions? Any roofing questions? I'll have to go out and grab the other laptop and get that uploaded on the Wi-Fi here. I uploaded those last few videos that I rendered. The repair video that was like, God, what was that? 40 minutes or an hour and 30 minutes or something? I think it was like a 8 or a 10 gig video. file. I was sitting here at the desk on the fiber optics and it was uploading going, ooh. done. I was like, oh my God. When I used to do that at home on my other internet, it would literally take 2 to 3 days to upload a video like that. Oh, here we go. Here's the company. Wagler Metal Sales. So check them out if you need any metal stuff. It's going to be waglermetalsales.com. Great people to work with. If you want to see their facility before they add it on, I've done a video or two there, and I actually flew the drone through the new part they built. They built a huge section in the back where they could actually pull trucks in, load them, and drive right out the other side. And they've got several lines building or bending metal. They do the standing seam, 21-foot variable bend, all kinds of good stuff. So check them out. Very few roofing questions today. Cooler weather coming next week. Yeah, it's going to be nice. I'm hoping to get down to the woods and hunt a little bit. How much percentage-wise since 2019? 100%. Don't listen to what they say in the news. They're full of shit. Literally, I can tell you for a fact. Somebody we did a roof for in 2018, 2019, I looked up because they called back and said, hey, we want to get our garage done. So I pulled up the file and I looked to see what brand I used on their roof, and I had the file from the material supplier I bought from stored in that customer within my CRM software. And I could see exactly where it was, what I bought, when I bought it, how much I paid for it. And I called up and said, hey, can I get a price on this? More than 100% price increase since I did that job in 2018, 2019. If this computer was on, I'd pull it up and I would show you. So yeah, the news media says, oh my God, we're 70%. Oh, we're coming down. We're at 7. Oh yeah, we're 3%. Oh yeah, we're almost at our target. Don't listen to your politicians. Don't listen to your news government agencies. Hell, look at FEMA right now. It's a freaking joke. People season supplies from people like you and I that really trying to do good down there, and they're just seasoning it and sending it elsewhere. Oh, and would they get $750 per victim there in the mountains? Like, what's that going to do? Oh, you were talking about your bids. So our labor prices haven't gone up. I got a fly in a gnat in here. Haven't gone up crazy. I mean, I've got to pay my guys more. I've got to pay everything, labor, material, all that's gone up. My pay has gone up because I've done a lot more, built a brand. But yeah, material is just ridiculous. Oh yeah, how much money have we sent to Ukraine? Oh, hell, I mean, how much money do they give to other people to come here, but yet they can't even take care of our own people? I want to be careful. I don't want to get too into politics or too into stuff because you can really piss people off, but I'm sorry. We should not be giving the money that we've been giving to other countries when we can't even take care of our own United States citizens that pay the taxes to do that. I mean, I do give total support to Ukraine and all the shit they're going through. And I mean, those people have really been battling it out and the crazy stuff they've been doing and achieving with what little resources they got. But I'm not saying we shouldn't give them anything, but how much money have we spent over at the border patrol? People are still coming in, all these rumors of all these sleeper cells and all these different whatever, but yet we're giving $700 to the victims there in the mountains that got flooded. You know what I'd say, FEMA? Get the fuck out of here and keep your $700 fucking dollars. Sorry, it just really pisses me off. No, you're saying don't give Ukraine anything. Yeah, $750. I think it was $700 and something, $749, $750. I don't remember what it was. But there's pictures of, I mean, plenty of videos out there. Hell, just go to YouTube and search in Asheville or flooding mountains and just search in some different keywords, and you're going to see these people that are literally getting seized and taking all the chainsaws and generators and everything. They're donating and saying, nope, you can't go in there. And there's a classic guy, a helicopter pilot, a day or two after, was literally, people were flagging him down. They wrote SOS. He comes into land, takes him a mile across the water where it's all washed out. And a fire marshal guy says, oh, if you come back, I'm going to arrest you. And he's like, okay. So he goes back and tells the husband, he's like, hey, I'm sorry. They told me they're going to arrest me, but I'm coming back to get my son, my co-pilot, and he flies off. Well, later, that Mr. Fire Marshal, he comes walking down the mountainside, and he throws a rope over and pulls him through a raging river, and he's like, yay, we saved you. But it's like, you put this guy through all that shit, I would sue that town, that marshal, whoever, put his life at risk just so he could get some little glory. And then some news agency hears about it, starts covering it, shows YouTube videos of it. The guy posted it, and some official for the city said, oh, he's busy, whatever, we're here talking for him. And it's just like, wow, she's reading from a book. And then no shit, when you're watching this, scrub through a little bit, you'll see the door open up a little bit, and you'll see his big old mustache, Mr. Milton, I think his name was, or Melton, whatever. He peeks in, he's like, oh shit, shuts the door and walks out. Yeah, he's, a little prick. Idiot. I think our entire government system needs to be just wiped away and start over fresh. I'm thinking about going out of roofing. It's very hard on the body. Getting out of roofing? I mean, it's very hard on the body, but don't get out of roofing. If you're an installer, get more into the sales side of it, or starting the business for yourself if you're not. I'm 41 years old and done it 23 years, so yeah, I know it's taken a toll on my body. But started this in 2017, still very active and do a lot, but I'm definitely in a much better position now. The guys on the crew are half my age. Yeah, I mean, government agencies right now, like on the YouTube channel right now, right here, if there is a certain list of keywords that I say, I would get demonetized, threatened to shut down, misleading information. I mean, it's stupid. I had a video of an airsoft rifle shooting, private, sent it out to my brother because he was in Alaska, so he used the YouTube channel to send him the link to it. It wasn't public. They literally threatened to shut the channel down because it was against their policies. And you try to dig into it, nothing's clear, black or white. It's all like a gray, misleading area. And it's because it was a fully automatic. It was, you know, but it wasn't even a real gun. It's airsoft. Misleading information. You talk about COVID 2020. I mean, you get threatened to get shut down. You know, everybody's asked me that lately about, do I have a Rumble channel? I think I do. I think I started one in 2020, but I've never really done anything with it. Just because there's not a lot of misinformation or bad things you can't really talk about roofing that the government wants to, or agencies, Google, whoever, the IMF that want to shut me down. So luckily I don't have to be super cautious what I talk about. A roofer in the UK. Shingles are just not there. There. He might be one of those people that commented on the video or my channels. This fly has got to go. A lot of people in the UK, they hate when they see these videos. Come on, get down here. Sorry guys, I gotta take care of this little annoying fly. He sees it and he's gone. Dude, if Elon bought YouTube, that would be like amazing. Although I'm not a fan of X or whatever it is branded to now. I was never a fan of Twitter back then. I do have Twitter. I don't go to Twitter. I'm not big on social media. Hell, my personal Facebook page, I couldn't tell you last time I posted on it. I don't honestly get on there. I use it more for marketplace than anything, and that's about it. I used to be on it all the time, but you just get too engaged in that crap, and you don't need to be like, oh, look at me, look at me, look at my fake life. I use it to keep in touch with family, and that's about it. I'm sure it was not a particular person. I'm sure it was AI that flagged it, and I could probably fight it, but it's not worth it. It's not a video that I wanted to monetize to like do anything with. I literally just showed my Mark 11 or Mark 18 model. It's airsoft. I mean, I even had the plastic orange tip on the top of it. It's like, wow, okay. I talked about it in another video. Demolition Ranch. He was talking about when they just updated their terms. Him and a bunch of other donut operator, all those guys were like, hey, YouTube, come on, like give us a clear black and white line of what we can and can't do. So he went out and like mocked it. If it's for like news or a scripted video, you could do all this. So he did a really good video back when the new terms of service just changed. It was maybe a month or two ago. Yeah, I think it's about to get real out there. We'll see what happens in the elections here. I don't know. We'll see. Honestly, I can't wait when that's over. I don't care what, just when that unknown is past and behind, maybe things will start getting better. On top of that, here in my area, we've had a handful of hailstorms back in like June or so. Had a good one last year too. You get all these storm restoration companies and salesmen flocking the area, just beating doors down. But I mean, God, if you've got how many companies in the area, how many salesmen at each company, how many people knocking doors and turning insurance claims in, which is fine. The point I'm trying to drive home here is if that takes 500 to 1,000 roofs off the market in my area that would normally organically be calling in the next year to two to get a roof done, I mean, it's slow right now. In our area, everybody's saying it's slow. Sam, you think you commented on that real bad metal roof job did video? There was a couple of them. One of them was like a blue metal, got egged. People commented about the eggs on the side of the house. There was one that was kind of brown that was real bad near Flora, Indiana. And then there was the real bad metal job one that was for a veteran. And I did a follow-up part 2 video to it up near Mississinewa. And that's still ongoing. He has been getting some progress, and I was called a month or two ago. And if you're watching this, I don't want to say your name, but yeah, still waiting on the call. I might have to go testify in court. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point and they can just settle, but I would be a witness in court for that case. Yeah, I've been in complete save mode. I mean, I did spend a little bit. I earned a lot this year. I've given a lot of money away this year, helping a lot of people. But I'm like trying to just not spend. I've got a crazy tax bill I know looming, and the next few months are getting ready to go real slow in the season. This will still be a fairly busy month, not crazy. November slowing down, December breaks on, holidays, January, February, March here is usually brutal. So we're not doing anything. Income's going to just basically come to a standstill, and I've got, I don't know, like a $6,000 burn every month I've got to come up with. So it's going to start eating into it. Yeah, expert witness. Man, this fly. Land somewhere. I need to get you gone. Wow, 48-minute live stream. Anyone got any questions? I'm going to end this one here in a minute, I think. I know I keep saying that, but I need to. I'm going to get that 2 videos uploaded for you guys. Here, for the few of you that are in here, if you have the choice of seeing like a 5 or 6 shingle, dimensional shingle repair, or a riser pole boot install, which would you rather see tonight? I think one's like 17 minutes and one's 15 minutes. We do work in the winter, it's just we don't do crazy installs. Most of my work when the weather shifts is going to be inspections, repair, emergency work. Very few installs unless it's like needs to get done really bad. Storm happened or somebody's buying a home and needs to get something done. But if it's something where a home's not leaking and they just want to get the roof done, I'm like, look, just wait. In our region, you don't want to do it. It's not good. Dimensional shingle repair, boot install. Oh, we're 50-50. Best of 3. See, of course, you be the deciding factor here. Boot install or dimensional repair. Or if you want to see an old archive video, I've got quite a bit of that stuff. This thing is toying with me now. He's landing on me. Dimensional repair it is. All right, we'll release the dimensional repair tonight. It was actually the first one I did. Then we'll just follow up with the pipe boot repair release tomorrow, Friday, and then we'll see what else we can get into. I'm going to try to repair video, do more of them this year. I still need to get a few to build that mock-up board out there. Once I do get the mock-up board, we're going to do various different things. Shingle test, blast them with ice, pipe boot install, box vent install, ridge vent install, flashing, try to redo all that stuff. You've got 12 inches of blown in, attic insulation will leak, even show up. Yes, it will, depending upon how bad it is. If it's just a drop every, I don't know, 15 minutes, probably not. It's not going to soak into it. But if you get enough of a drip, it's eventually going to soak it and get down into the roof, provided you don't have like plastic visqueen or hitting another section and running off somewhere else. So yeah, I mean, it'll eventually show if it's bad enough. What's my thoughts on putting a metal roof over shingles with? Is there something else to that? I don't know if you forgot a couple words there maybe. If you want to correct or add to that, but until then, so I would never recommend and don't ever do a roof of shingles over a roof layer of shingles. I won't do it. It's not going to last. It's not going to lay good. I see it way too often. There was a guy we did, hell, I think I even did a video. He's like, yeah, this roofer said I'd be fine. I got 10 years and it looks like shit. And that's why. That's what happens. All that mass heats up, retains the heat, degrades the shingles. And metal, though, provided you take the right steps, is fine because it's not going to degrade with the heat. So with the right steps, if you have one layer of shingles, in my area, in my state, you can do 2 layers. Although I don't always recommend it, metal I'm fine with. You either put a single bubble down, which is this roll of stuff. Well, show you up in the loft where I've got some. It's almost like a bubble wrap, shipping wrap stuff. One side's a polymer film, the other side's just plastic. You lay that, it smooths the surface out, gives it a little bit of not really insulation value, more of a noise dampening, smooths the surface, and that's what you can put your metal down. Or you can put purlins down, like wood slats every 2 foot, 3 foot, and then put your metal down on top of that. Depends on what kind of condition the deck is, on the roof deck and shingles are. But yeah, metal over shingles not a problem, provided you take the right steps. No other questions? No other questions. Any other questions? Give them to me now. Oh, 6 o'clock. Wow. Well, we're going to wrap it up. Nothing else comes in here real quick. So I go grab that laptop and upload it here. Wood stringers, yeah. Basically what I was talking about with the... Oh, here, let me show you that roll of stuff real quick. Switch camera. So, up there in the loft area, there's 2 rolls. Which is this stuff here. It's like the polymer on one side, aluminum foil polymer-y looking thing, and then just white, fairly thin, but it's bubbles. I don't know if you can see it, individual bubbles in there. There, you can kind of see it a little bit now. So it's like 6 foot wide, 100 foot maybe. I think it does like, I don't know the exact dimensions. It's roughly 6 or 7 square, 750 square feet per roll. And you can literally roll that out on your roof deck. Use cap nails, tack it. They're going to embed just deep enough to where the metal lays smooth over it. But yeah, that's extra from a job we had done. So if you're going to do the wood, I mean, that's perfectly fine too. The wood's just going to add a little more cost to it because lumber different times can go up quite a bit. But with lumber, at least, you're going to ensure that your screw is going to hit a solid piece of wood. God, this fly. He's looking right at, oh, there's two. Which one do I get? Got that one. Look at that. Ew, tore my paper, but blood went flying out. Oh God, YouTube's gonna censor the channel. Better post that to Rumble. Well, there's one down. I think I got splatted. You know, there was a joke somebody told me once. I don't even remember who or when, but he's like, "Hey, what's the last thing that goes through a bug's mind before he hits your windshield?" His ass! All right, this next one's going to bite it. Hey, I appreciate that, Steve. All right. God, where is he? I only thought there was one. No, there's definitely two. At least I got one. When you get a chance, please show your magnetic nail retriever. Are you talking about my magnetic nail roller? You talking about like to pick up nails out of the yard? If that's what you're talking about, I'll show you one or two of them real quick. One of them is in my truck. I always carry the handheld in my truck because I'm always doing the final inspection. If there's a nail here or there, or spot checking the yard, it's always with me. But the bigger rolled ones is either the shop at my house because I'd used it at the fire pit or on the trucks. No, nothing special. The handheld nail pickup. Aren't external fasteners and punctures through the roof? There's a possible leak at each screw. Yeah, so standing seam, you're not going to have that issue because each screw is screwing the middle down. The next panel locks over it, totally covers it. But if you're doing standard barn metal and you're going to do exposed fastener, yes, the weak link is the screw and the rubber boot and washer. Years ago, I was told not to put it in the top rib, put it in the bottom flat. And you got mixed thoughts on that, but yes, I do now on the top of the rib because if the washer ever goes bad, the water it hits, it's going to run down right off the two sides, and all of it's going to gather in between the ribs. So I don't do that. Now, I will say if you're in a heavy snow load area and you actively have to use snow rakes and you're dragging snow rakes off your roof to remove the snow load, you're going to catch each one of those screws if it's on the top. But I mean, it's the price you pay to have a more affordable entry roll roofing. Yes, they are. I've got some screws around here somewhere. I think I have a couple in here. Actually, I know they're right on this other wall. I'll show you those, and then I'll show you that magnet we'll wrap up. Switch. We've got a rack on the other side of the shop where there are a ton of them, but there are two primary types of screws we use. Here's one, and I'll show you the cheaper one. Okay, so here's two different screws. So these are the cheaper, I wouldn't say more affordable, but they're the common screws you're going to find where it's just got the hex head, whatever paint color that you're putting on, and then there's a thin piece of metal with a rubber washer, neoprene, whatever it is underneath it, and it fastens it down. So that's their entry screw, and then you can get these, which are some customers get. It's got a bigger hex head. You can drive in more torque if needed, but the difference is there's actually a molded cap to it where this washer sits up into. Try to push it down in there. And when you squish it down, it almost kisses that little cap just about down to the roof. But the beauty is that actually, once it's sealed, the sun does not get to that rubber, whatever it is, whatever it's made out of, and wear it down. I'm trying to get it to focus. You can maybe see it a little bit better there, but it'll sit up in there, and that takes the brunt of the sun rays. There, you can kind of see it a little bit better. Then they have each of those in various lengths too. These cost a little bit more. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. Actually, we did a job, and that's some of what we kept with the cap still. And the metal is just on the other side of that door. I was thinking about building a lean-to over here with the metal. Let me see here. What we got? Tech screw, 8mm, I'm not sure. I don't remember what they call those, if that's what you're asking. Standing seam's definitely the way to go. Royce Wallace, do a shit, not sure, do a skit, I don't know what you mean. Alright, we'll show you that magnet real quick. Doesn't the metal expand and contract and pull on the actual screw? So metal, yes, it's going to expand and contract in all directions. I don't think it's going to be enough to cause an issue with the distance of the screw shank to the amount of washer here versus the length of the panel and how often you put your screws. So if you have a screw, we typically do a screw every 3 feet. We don't go past 3 feet. We don't really go under unless we need to. But so 3 feet, you know, what's the expansion rate from this screw 3 feet up to the next on that piece of steel? It's not going to be enough to really cause much of an issue. Now with a 10-foot piece of gutter guard, I've seen where if you put a few screws in it, where it heats up in the summer, it expands and it pops up because of that. Yeah, I've never had anyone ask that. I've never really even thought of that, but I do always think about expansion, contraction of different materials. No different than driving across the bridge. You're going to see at the end of the bridge where there's a gap, and it's going to look like this. Next time you cross a brick bridge, you'll see metal as you're driving across it, usually at an angle or right perpendicular to where you're going, and it's going to have little teeth like this. That's so when the bridge expands and contracts, they can shift within there. So just pay attention to that. So every material is going to expand and contract at a different rate, and engineers design things like that into it. And I'm sure they've thought about that and know the expansion rate, but I don't know. Never really gone that deep into it with the screw hole and the expansion of metal. We'll show that magnet somebody was asking about real quick. Switch. I hit the switch button on here and it does not switch when I hit it. There we go. So right here, I always keep this one on the truck. I mean, it's nothing fancy at all. It's just a cheap handheld magnet. So 2.5 foot tall maybe. It's broken. It still works. What I mean by broken is it's twisted here. This is, and the rubbers come off the handle up here. Used to have a rubber, that's just silicone plug, but has a rubber handle on here. Be a little bit easier. Basically, you're going to run it through everything. You're going to pick your nails up. You're going to stick to it, as you see here. And then you can, while holding it up with 2 hands, I'm holding my phone. You're going to do this, pulling up here, and then the nails fall off, but doing it one hand, I can't show you. Maybe show you like this. So coming over to here, it's going to pull out, and then the nails fall off. Pick them back up, holding it up, pulling the handle so you can see it maybe like that. They should fall off, but because I'm holding it sideways. Really bad one-handed example. Make sure nothing came off here. I've had bad luck with tires. I had to get my truck tires replaced even. So I got all 4 new truck tires just this week because they were worn out and bad. The skid steer tire was slid open. Oh, I don't know why I'm walking with that. I got to put that back in the truck. So I had to replace that tire over there. This one popped the bead, probably have a nail in it. And one of my Liberty trailer tires has a hole in the side somewhere. Somewhere in here. It was already off. They called me and said, hey, you got a hole in the sidewall. We can't patch it. So I don't know. So that's what 4, 5, 6 different tires in a week I've had to redo. Man, the truck tires got 17,000 miles. This only has 2 months of use on it. Nice little repair bill. Bought this used 3 months ago. Wow, look at this. This is a brand new tire. I already have one hell of a slit through this right here. Where is that other tire? It's over here. Look at the gash I put in this thing. It was a farm tractor implement is what hit this tire. Right here. So from about right here all the way down to about right there. Let's get some light on it. It's there you go. See it? That gash opening up. It slit right to the belt and everything, completely flat. So right here where my pinky is at the 5, all the way up to about here. It's probably about 8 to 10 inch gash. Comes into it right here all the way down. It was literally a little triangle on an old piece of farm equipment, and it was in the dirt. I think when I went to turn sideways between the tire rotating and pushing, it just sliced it right open, blew the air out. $250 later, got a new tire and 2 days of use on it. I probably don't even want to look around. Ugh, damn. I mean, this is some thick stuff, but that one there, that got into that one pretty good. But if that's all one tire and a repair patch on this, then definitely worth it with the size of barn I got rid of. All right, well, who wants to get up on the roof? Well, we're gonna wrap this one up. It went longer than I wanted to. You've seen some of the recent videos. I was gonna talk about this in a longer video, maybe a live stream where people can talk about it, but this was a video I did that was like an hour and a half repair. Various different things I've thought about, lead boots, some of this destroyed stuff. I mean, I don't even know how the guys do this. I showed up at a job to pull it and check it. I'm like, guys, how in the hell do you beat these up like this? What did you do? So I'm going to bend them out flat. Never use them on a customer's job. We're going to do a mock-up roof install, how-to with these. Same with this box vent that got smashed right here. It's not good to install on roof. Can't return it. We're going to make a video out of it. But anyway. All right. We're going to wind this video out here. Maybe I'll mow tonight. Get the video uploaded real quick and mow. Wow, 25 of you. The viewers just went up. Maybe I started it too early. I'm going to swipe my screen down real quick. Kill the Wi-Fi real fast. Boop. Off. And I'm back. Let's see, did I get both those transferred to the hard drive? We're going to maybe take the laptop in real quick. Give it a few more minutes if anyone's got any questions. Windows Drive C GoPro. Yes, they are on here. Disconnect that, that, and that. Run back into the office real quick. They're out there spreading lime, working away this way. We'll give it a few more minutes. We'll see how fast this uploads to YouTube real quick on the internet here. I love the internet here. I'm not even going to go through the process of importing it into the video editing software and slice off the second or two at the beginning or the end of the video when I hit off or when I'm pulling the camera around to hit off. We're going to upload it. See, look, I did not play a video, but we're talking about in the beginning of this video silver prices and things. And look what just magically happened to pop up on here. I mean, you guys were sitting with me when I was talking, and I literally just opened this tab up to upload this to YouTube. Russia about to force silver prices higher. Huh. Big tech is always listening to you. If you don't believe me, with your phone screen off, no apps open, set it down and have a casual conversation with somebody in your household about taking a trip to another state you don't normally go to. And then magically, Facebook or any other app you pull up or the Weather Channel, a little ad will pop up. Oh, Southwest Airlines to your favorite destination. They're always listening. Yeah, so let me bring this up here real quick. Create, upload video. Let's see how fast this does. File. Any other questions? Greetings from California. Hello, Green Shield Roofing from Kokomo, Indiana. I'm still listening. I'll give you guys a few more minutes here. I'm just trying to find these videos real fast. Get them uploaded here because it's so much faster here at the office. When I bought the building here, I knew our county was going through some renovations and getting this company called Berrycom putting a fiber optic around the donut county schools, and then they're branching into certain neighborhoods, and they were running it right down the road here. I was like, hell yeah, hook me up. All right, shingle repair, open. Let's change the title real quick. Let's call this what? Maybe DIY roof repair. 10/10/24. So you know it's new. It's already at 12%, 13%, 14%, 15%. Yeah, it's going good. Let's see, thumbnail can't do, select how to DIY roof repair in the playlist. Okay, see, this is stuff that, I mean, it takes time. What's going on, Andrew? Appreciate it. Uploading a video real quick. People just think YouTube is so easy. I mean, it takes a lot of extra time that you got to focus on. Add suitability. Is this made for kids? No, it's not. It takes time. I'd like to try to get compensated for it. Add suitability. I think there was a big case where they were suing because kids were getting on other people's accounts and then seeing advertisements and things that weren't geared towards kids, or I don't know, whatever. And some bright attorney basically sued, and then they had to update everything. Inappropriate language, adult content, violence, shocking content, harmful acts, unrelated claims, drug content, paraphernalia, enabling dishonest behavior, harmful or deteriorating content, or firearm-related content, sensitive events, controversial issues, and each one of those goes into other subcategories. None of the above. I kept the language maybe down to one bad word or two in this video. And submit rating. 67% already. 2 minutes left. Don't need any of that. Can't do checks, copyright, no music. Once it's uploaded here in a minute, 51 seconds left. I mean, it's like so much faster. Switch. Look how fast that goes. And this was maybe a 6 gig file. So way better than Abysmal Crawl. We'll get this one done, upload the other one, get ready to get out of here. You have Alexa devices all in your house, total access. Yeah, I mean, believe me, it makes your life easier and it's nice, but there's some things I want to say. I'm like, I got to put the phone in a Faraday cage or get it in another room. There's like crazy shit in technology right now. This has been out for a while. I think it was like after 2012, the government can go to any Windows operating system, laptops, phones, Apple, Android, and they can actually get in and manipulate any peripherals on your device for whatever need they may have. There's some really good videos, Echelon and Eagle Eye. Check those videos out, really cool. But you'll have a better understanding what I'm talking about. Lost my train of thought of where I was going with that. They're always listening. Update complete. Processing will begin shortly. Cool. Visibility. Keep it private, unlisted for now. Save. Upload the next one real quick. Go back. Let's just bring up another window. YouTube. Let's see what it dishes me up. When you guys get a chance, it's best on a desktop because there's more real estate to show you, but hit refresh and just see what it recommends, and then hit refresh and see what it recommends. It's pretty crazy. Okay, upload. Yeah, we have some Alexa devices. We don't use them anymore. They're disconnected. Oh, what I was talking about, I lost my train of thought. So yeah, the technology they have now with what they can do is they can actually get into your phone, use your camera, and even if the camera's not aiming at what they want to see, there's ways that they can send out infrared signals from your phone. They all have them. And the way that it bounces around and reflects back into the camera lens, they have algorithms developed to actually give them an image of what's in the room to an extent without even being focused at what they're looking at. So for example, if the camera's looking right here and they want to see what's going on over here, to a certain extent, this is me using common sense, the size of the room and the lighting conditions, the light and the way it bounces around infrared light, they can actually use this algorithm to paint an image of what's outside of the view. It's kind of mind-blowing. But that's the kind of stuff they can do if they have the thought, the imagination, and the drive and determination to make it happen. I mean, here I am with no college degree, no college education, but I can create a coin machine that sorts all this shit just by using some damn will and determination and searches on YouTube to put different pieces of technology together. Upload video. Getting sidetracked here. Select file. See, we did so we need to do this one here next. That's a little smaller file. Upload. And it's going to go up. Roof riser boot install 10/10/24. Today's the 10th, right? Yeah, 10/10. Roof leak. Nope. How to roof DIY roof repair done. Any other questions? So we're going long here. 1 hour, 18 minutes. Seriously, once I get this done, one last read of the comments, we're going to wrap it up. Got the videos uploaded, and we'll release one here in a little bit. No more comments. This one's at 53%. 2 minutes left. If you guys like to see the lives, let me know. Or if you'd like to see the lives with a little more focus and intent about a particular subject, let me know. I'll try to do that. 619. 75%. Anyone got any questions? If not, appreciate you. Appreciate you watching. Oh, I still got a little bit of my drink left. Hopefully, one nice piece of coconut is not got a fly on it. 19 seconds to go. This won't be uploaded and have to start the checks. I have to grab water out of the fridge. All right, well, come on. Some other stuff I need to try to do real quick. I need to get the blockchain downloaded on this laptop here real quick. I've been switching equipment around. No problem. RT Zapper. But I've got been importing one of my blockchain ledgers and node on this machine over here. It was taking a while trying to do it for my phone today. So I might try to download that ledger real quick on the Wi-Fi or here at the shop real quick and then head home. Might be one of the first few, I don't know if anyone else out there really doing it yet, roofing companies that accepts Bitcoin. I highly doubt anyone's going to want to pay in Bitcoin, but hey, we'll be one of the first to at least accept it. Let's just do a quick little poll of the few of you guys that are in here. Anyone here used Bitcoin? Curious at all ever in your life? While I try to kill this other fly. Don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look. Ah, he got out of there. I think as I'm swatting down, the blast of air coming knocked him out of the way. I need something with little fine holes. Yeah, I wonder if I could put like my little BTC receive address QR code on there. If anyone would, actually I can't do the QR code. Well, maybe we could edit the QR code into the video and you scan it, or just put the copy paste receive address. Would anyone tip? There's this naval fighter pilot, and I love watching his stuff. He shows getting trapped on carrier decks, launches, just general whatever. And I'm into aviation. I'm a private pilot myself. So I watch him, and he's like, hey, my address is in the description down below if you want to send me a coffee or a beer. So, yeah, I wonder if anyone would ever send me a tip like that. But I tell you, chat has been really quiet today. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Sam, do you ever insulate a shingle roof from underneath? No, I mean, so in all my years, we've taken a sheet or two off to blow insulation, like cellulose in, blown cellulose. No, I'm sorry, not cellulose. I hate that shit. Fiberglass to blow cellulose. I almost said cellulose again. Take a sheet or two off in various parts of the roof to blow fiberglass into the attic to make it easy. But we just don't promote it. We don't do it. We don't do a lot of that. Never use Bitcoin. Don't really use it. Just get some, buy some. Here's a tip. When people are panicking, that's when you want to buy. Buy a little bit. When people say it's the best thing ever, that's when you want to start selling it. Or just don't ever sell. You know my saying on that, I don't ever sell anything. Now I might trade it. I might leverage it. I've been buying Bitcoin since 2019, 2020. I'll never forget, I was buying and trading and selling Bitcoin in 2021, 2022, FTX failure and all this. I remember Thanksgiving. We had a Thanksgiving dinner. We're prepping to have a little party in my garage. And I'm like, buy, sell, buy, sell. Got down to $16,000. People like, oh my God, it's going to go to zero. Who's that guy on TV? Financial guy, not Dave Ramsey. They actually made an index. Jim Cramer. Jim Cramer? I think that's it. Yeah. Whatever Jim Cramer says, do the exact opposite. And he's, oh, Bitcoin's worthless. It's going to zero. Bought some more of that shit up at 16,000 to 22,000. Oh, you're stupid, Brian. Oh my God, you're going down. Who's laughing now? Hell, it's so talked about right now. It's like one of the points that political races are even going to be talking about. It's widely accepted. You got all these Bitcoin ETFs and everything now. It's fun. The good thing is I can like actively trade anytime. Holidays, doesn't matter. Whereas like right now markets are closed. You can maybe do after hours trading with low volume, but it's fun. All right, these are done. Checks, they're both going through checks now. Oh, that one's done. No issues found. Save. This right here in the last, I don't know, 10 minutes literally would have taken 2 days at my house. And I still, it'd be a little less than that because I did get a new internet when they offered it, but it's still not this fast. It's pretty cool. There's a little box over here taking the signal, Wi-Fi, and puts it into a laser and sends it out through that cable right there, shoots down the edge of my wall out in the office and then around the building and into the ground and all the way out to the road. And when you get out there, it splices into a bundle of fiber optics about that big. And I was talking to a guy and he's like, yeah, there's like 280 bands of fiber optic or strands of fiber optics in this cable. So when you see those guys digging and they hit it and they're like, oh my God, fuck my life. They made a big boo-boo because those all have to be cut and spliced. And when he did it in here, even this cable for redundancy has 2 fiber optic lines in it, within a gel, within a casing, within an insulator and all that stuff. And he brought this device in. He let me film it, but he's like, hey, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to share this, so please don't post it. But it was pretty sweet. He gets them all ready in his machine and uses a microscope to align them just right and brings them in. And then somehow it goes, poof, and they blast a light or a laser on it, and it literally melted the 2 barbs together perfectly. I was like, that's badass. And then he shoved the snit down it, shoved the tube over, heat it, shrinked it, packed it in. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Do I contract? Do I have the crews? I do a lot myself, and I do have crews too. Contract out, yes. You can have kind of like a hybrid style where you're not just subbing to whoever. You can actually keep a close eye on the subs, do very good thorough inspections, build up a good review or a good rapport with a particular crew, and not just be like some guys that sell to anyone and or sub to anyone and everyone. Oh God, JS, I can't even read that. I mean, it's basically the same every time. I just want to like, oh my God, somebody punch me right now. Please turn the power off. That just made my day. What the fuck does it even mean? Buy the truth and sell it also wisdom. Yeah. Buy the rumor, sell the news. That's a big one in trading. What's up, Lewis Brown? Boy, more people just keep chiming in, and I'll stick around for a few more minutes. No one knows. There are so many clips. You see, it's all different, but like her motion with her hands, it's always exactly the same. Oh, wow. What can be unburdened with what has been? I gotta stop. People are gonna be like, I'm not gonna watch because you're political. It's a middle class thing. You know, is there even a middle class nowadays? I feel like the middle class is being weeded out big time right now. I found 3 copper pennies today. That put me in the upper middle class. You know, it's crazy to think about, literally. If you could find somebody for the intrinsic value to take that copper penny that cost you 1 cent, like here, I give you a penny, copper, zinc one at the bank, and they give me a copper one, I found it, and then I sell it for its intrinsic value for 3 cents. The people that hate on the videos I've talked about, which are very rare, far and few, I'm like, my God, you're missing the entire point. But that's a 300% gain. You just got to figure out how to do it to the masses or on a larger scale. That's like roofing, okay? If you can solve big problems for people, a few people, you're going to be rewarded. If you can solve a very small problem for the masses, you're going to be rewarded for it. There's a really good book, MJ DeMarco's Millionaire Fastlane. If you've not heard of it, read it. Listen to it. It's great. It's mind-changing. There's so many other good books. I have had goals, and I have not hit them, but it's 52 books a year, so 1 book every week. And it's really hard to do when you listen to that same book I just mentioned like 6 times. Yeah, middle class, commercial roofing, foreman in Maine. All right. MC Wells, appreciate it. Love the content. I appreciate that. Try to be honest. So here, okay, yeah, let's go a little long. We're gonna go a little longer here because I was thinking about doing a live video yesterday. Well, hang on, I got to read a couple of these comments and then get me back on track here about the honesty thing here. So with the honesty, I get a call yesterday. Call like the last day or two was pretty busy. I don't know why. It's been dry. No rain for a couple of weeks. Nothing significant anyways. Phone blows up. Doing my best to take all the calls. Triple your money. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. More than tripled my money, really. So anyways, this lady calls like, yeah, I've had a couple people out. They said it's 2 layers. Like, oh, okay, it's 2 layer, but I still like to inspect. I still like to walk the roof, measure it, kind of lay some eyes on it, whatever, and make sure it's accurate. I don't want to lose a bid. If you're going to put time into figuring it, don't want to lose it because you didn't take time to count that it was 2 layers or whatever. Anyway, so she was very clear that it was 2 layer based on this other roofer. So I show up and I always try to find if I can work it in, no appointment necessary. I try to be very minimally invasive. I don't want to take up their time and bring in a little bifold, quad fold, book bag in and show them everything good, better, and best or whatever. I just want to see the roof. I want to give them a price. And I've literally won bids and people have pointed that out like, hey, I love it. So anyways, I go look at this and I'm like, man, nothing she said is adding up. It's got new ridge cap, the wrong color of the shingles. The shingles aren't really bad, but they're old. Loose roof nails up by the ridge. I'm like, somebody's been up here and worked on this. So I call her like, hey, do I have the right house? She's like, yeah. It's like, well, it's kind of thrown off because you said it was a 2 layer and it's really only 1. She's like, well, this other guy said it was 2 layer. I'm like, well, unless he really doesn't know what he's talking about and he's looking at the shingle and the starter row as a 2nd layer, it's not 2 layer. So he doesn't know, or he's trying to make it sound like it's 2 layer to get more money. Get to talking a little bit more and I'm like, man, the truth's coming out. It was a guy, had a business. She told me the business name's like, yeah, okay. And she's like, honestly, I think he's in jail now. I was like, okay, yeah. So honesty is the best policy. You may not win every job, but in the long run, it's gonna go good for you. This shit of being crooked and dishonest and ripping people off, it'll catch up to you. Read the Bible. There's 66 books in there. Oh, that put me over. I'd hit my goal. I'd beat my goal. Let's see. It looks like there might have been another one. Guess what the difference is between a snowman and a snow woman? I don't know what. This will be interesting. No issues found. Save. They've been done for a minute. I just happened to look back up at it. All right, got those done. I have to put some stuff in the description and tags, but I'll try to release one. Yeah, appreciate you pointing that out, Lewis. Sometimes people hate it when I'm like, hey, give it a quick thumbs up. Hey, I appreciate it. These are unsponsored videos. Hey, I'd really try to bring good content. But nope, they'd rather give thumbs up to other people that are really just not worth it. But hey, whatever, it is what it is. 25 people, it's been continually adding. So over the length of this hour and 34-minute video, there's probably been way more than 25 people coming in and going. And it's still only 14 thumbs up. But hey, appreciate it. I know you support the channel. It is super easy to do, and it really does help. The engagement and the analytics show the more comments, the more watch time, like length of a video. It doesn't matter like watch time, but if it's a 1-minute video and they watch 50 seconds, that's really good. If you have a 60-minute video and they watch 25 minutes, that's not good. It's less than a 50% ratio. YouTube's not going to recommend it. So it's not really the length of the video or the amount of views you get, it's the retention time on the platform, the engagement with comments and thumbs up. The YouTube's like, oh, wow, this is good, this is engaging. It takes a second to hit the button, and then it might push it out to other people. But instead, they'd rather watch BDR. Actually, he's good. I like watching him occasionally when I have time. You know, it's really hard. I do a lot of YouTube. What's that saying? 10,000 hours, if anything, makes you a professional in that field. I put a ton of hours in on YouTube. But the hardest part is staying focused, like laser focused on what you want to find out. Whether it's computer programming and Python and C++ and all these different things I've looked up over the years to do the programming this machine I made, or taxes and accounting, or legal legality, or whatever it is. That's why I pay for YouTube's premium, so I don't have the ads pop up. God, it's just, I hate it. You can turn the screen off and listen to it while you're mowing and all this. I've learned so much from YouTube, taught myself how to trade. And I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm just simply telling you guys, you can learn a lot if you stay focused on what you want to learn. Fuck college. It's a joke. It's a waste of time, a waste of money. For this little guy here that doesn't have any college degree, that people said he'll never amount to anything in life, I made 6-figure last month. I'm not saying that to brag. Find it. Just, do you guys know anyone that has a degree that's actually making a decent income with their degree? No. Can you replace a roof in Ohio? What part of Ohio? Ned Mark? If it's not too far east of Indiana, I guess probably potential. I mean, I've had a lot of requests to go various areas. Dayton, I think Dayton's like 3 hours from here. Isn't there a big aviation museum in Dayton, Ohio? So I think it's like 3 hours away. That's a bit far. Could it be done? Yes, potentially. If you're serious, with the email you can find in the description, send me the address. I'll try to communicate with you. Give me a phone number. I'll call you. It would definitely not be this year, but far enough out where we have more daylight, better weather, better temperatures, and I could plan to bring the entire crew out for a weekend, like show up, do the job, stay in a hotel, then come home the next day or something like that, depending upon what it is. It's potential, because what my thought is the channel grows, I want to cover more of that. So when we show up to do free veteran repair or the veteran roof giveaway, I want to try to document that stuff and show it. Or I've thought about even doing free inspections, but I have to have them sign a release form where I can post the content on YouTube for the channel, make a learning experience out of it or something. Kind of the same concept of going far away out of my hour-ish arc to do a roof install. So there's some potential and some thoughts for growth of the channel down the road. Like Tuesday, October 23rd, I'm going to Chicago for the Midwest's largest building and construction trade show up in Chicago. So I'll be there in Chicago Tuesday the 23rd all day. I won't be there Wednesday. I've got to be home for that day. But yeah, I'm trying to bring more content like that, so hopefully I get to shoot some up there. Chris 48559. Afternoon, guys. General question. Bought a new build. B vent continues to leak after having roofers out 4 times. Roofers issue or AC contractor problem? Well, I mean, it kind of depends. I mean, it could be either one. Was the roof already on and then the HVAC put in, or was the HVAC done and then the roofers come out? But out of 4 roofers, they can't, or 4 times, they can't find the issue. What's going on with it? Where are you at, Chris? What part of the country? City Lake, looks like. Well, congrats to your first live stream ever. Oklahoma. Do you have any pictures, Chris, of that new build B vent? So I'm talking about you're probably talking about a B vent flue pipe. What size is a double wall? 4, 5, 6? It's for a furnace, hot water heater. I mean, they're really easy to install, and you should not have a leak. If you can give me some pictures, I could probably tell you. I mean, it sounds like these roofers are definitely missing something. But if the roof was in and then the HVAC guys came and did it, it's an HVAC guy problem. If the pipe was in and the roofers came to do it, then it sounds like a crappy roofer, and it's a roofer problem. It depends on which trade put it in and caused the leak. Now, in my personal opinion, most HVAC companies in my area, not all, most HVAC companies in my area absolutely suck at anything to do penetrating through a roof. I've seen one of the biggest guys here in town, I'm not going to name them, but they post flyers in every mailbox every other week, and you're wasting your money. Well, I mean, maybe you're not. Maybe it's cheaper for you to acquire a new customer than take care of the customers you got. State Farm, Allstate. Somebody else I'm trying to help out with that right now, too. That was another thing. I did a roof inspection. They said their insurance company is going to drop them because the roof is old, it's deteriorating, and they got to replace it before May, or they're going to drop them. Well, at least they're courtesy to give them until May going through winter. But I get there and I'm like, man, do I have the right house? This doesn't look bad. There's a little wear. It's not much. Kind of on the south-facing side where the sun's beating down on it. Insurance companies collect massive premiums and don't want to pay out. Again, certain insurance companies, it's cheaper for them to acquire a new customer than it is to pay the claims they need to pay. Big corporate greed pisses me off. But yeah, so Chris, I think it was you about the B-vent flue pipe. If you could send me over some pictures via email at the links in the About page on the channel, I'll gladly go over it. Leave a little contact information. It's easier for me to contact via text or phone than it is email, but I'll do my best. Or you can send the pictures quickly through Facebook chat. Facebook page, Grand Roofing Inc., and click chat. Send me a picture there. I've had people send me stuff like that, and I've all throughout the country, and I've tried to help them when I can, when I've got time. And I'm sure there's some that are maybe even watching now. I apologize, I've missed it. I've been too busy at the time, but I try to get back with them. Where I've been able to, yeah, they just nailed the flange to the roof and then simply roofed over it. Obviously, it's going to leak. So it could be that simple where I could see something and tell you. And someone else recently, I can't remember where they were. They're out west somewhere. And they said, well, the siding guy said it was the roofer guy is saying it's the siding guy. I'm like, can you send me some pictures? I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. I've seen worse, but some things definitely don't look right. And kind of narrow down into an area you might be able to fix the problem or find the problem yourself. It's furnace vent. Okay, so the furnace vent was on first. Water's getting in and leaking out of the pipe seam. So is it coming out of the inside of the pipe and coming out around a seam, or is it coming down the pipe itself? If it's coming down the pipe itself, a couple things you're going to want to check for. I've got some flashing out on the shop and up in the loft. I could probably take you up there. Actually, let's do that real quick. We're going to do just a very impromptu walkthrough and video of what you could look for. Can you comment on some kind of roof cap, bath, fan vent? Hang on, let me take care of this for Chris here real fast. So Chris, we're gonna go up on the upper loft real quick for you here. Damn, every time I hit that switch button, it does not switch. You gotta double tap it. All right, going up. There's no light back over here, so bear with me. I always try to keep some of these old pieces because there's nothing wrong with them, and damn, some of this shit gets expensive. Like these, pieces that twist 45s to get different angles and double walls. I mean, this shit's expensive. But basically, here's an old one. See if I can get a little more light over here. So as your pipe comes up through your roof deck would be here. This is the low side, the high side. This is for a steeper pitch roof, the way the flange is, but you're going to have what I call the flange. Rotate the phone up here. So the flashing flange, the collar, and the cap. So the biggest issue I see when people call in about water coming down the inside of this right here, they could be missing this, or it's up high and either this or the piece under here are not sealed. Most commonly this is loose or missing up high, and there's a bit of a gap. The pipe doesn't always fit tight into the flashing right here, and if water is hitting the roof and splattering up under and it's not sealed, it could be leaking, running right down your pipe. So check that. When they're real bad leaks, and you're not seeing it come down the pipe, you're seeing it in the area of the pipe, typically what's happened is they didn't run their shingles under this at all, or they didn't run them under far enough. Smaller flanges, they have a little smaller piece here, and obviously, whoop, I don't know why I did that. You don't ever want to shoot this close. These are bad. You don't want to shoot so close to the actual flashing flange, especially on a pipe this size, because water comes down around here. Plus, you're going to have a little channel for water to run out. You don't want penetrations in there. So whatever jackass did this, they should have had them out farther and higher. I don't know why I held on to this one. Maybe it's for the pipe itself, the cap, I don't know. More of that, that's pretty good. Let me see if there's any other one I can show you. No. That's got one, but it's not. Okay, well, here we go. Maybe you can see it. But this is another one. It's for another steep pitch. They typically make them for a lower slope, up to like a 612, and then they make them steeper for 612, 1212. This is for the steeper 6 to a 12 because the angle this is at. But you'll see where that ring collar is up higher, like up here, and this could be a little sloppy because when these come, based on the pitch, the installers are going to have to cut this flashing flange a little bit more to make it more of an oblong egg shape so the pipe can fit in there. They don't come one fit all. It's made for that pipe, but the pitch of the roof changes this, and they're going to have to cut that. When they do, this can get a bit of a gap. You can see right here where this crimp is, it's actually pushing it in, giving a little bit of a gap here. Now, this wouldn't cause a crazy leak, but it's best to seal this and then shove that ring cap, the ring collar down to cover that. Which on that, too, I want to point out, most all manufacturers are going to have a detent in the flashing flange. So when you're installing this, you want to orient it so that detent is right here and shove it down right there. It's going to fit a lot better. Once you get it down in position, we always seal those too. Oh, here's one of them right here. I always have a few of these, so I can just run to the shop and grab some. I know I've got some down over there too. But anyway, let me see here. Did that answer your question? If you can send me the pictures you've got on that. Oh, you said the roof was installed, then they installed the furnace pipe. I'm guessing the HVAC guys screwed it up then, because I see that all the time. So, on the channel, I can't remember when this was. I think it was last year sometime. On my channel, just do a search. You should be able to do it broad YouTube platform, period. But you could type in like Grand Roofing, go to the channel, and then I think there's a search within Grand Roofing, or just search Grand Roofing B-vent flue pipe. And I think it was a short, or it's a shorter video, and it's showing where literally an HVAC guy came out, cut a hole, slid the flashing flange down to the roof deck, screwed it, and then put black tar, made an absolute mess of it. It was like terrible. I'm like, that's an HVAC company install? So not all of them are bad, but most of the time they don't know what they're doing when it comes to the roof. So yeah, if you can send me some pictures, Chris, I'll definitely try to go through it. I don't know if you can do it tonight. I'll try to look through it tonight once the wife and daughter go to bed. Hey, appreciate it. You got more help from this channel in 5 minutes than 3 months of contractors. You know, unfortunately, there are all too many contractors out there that just don't give a damn, and all they think about is this. Now, here's another good takeaway. As a contractor and been in roofing for 23 years and own this company, been in management but own this company since 2017, if you quit thinking about this and you think more about solving people's problems, this will come back to you, I promise you. When you can get that fuckery out of your head and just solve problems. That's all business is. Solve people's problems. Do it a little bit better than the other guy, communicate better, and you'll have a perfectly functioning business. I mean, it's that simple. It's all it boils down to. CLAC, did I say something wrong? HVAC guy, you mean? Roofing guy? I guess what I was trying to say to clarify whose problem it might be, if the vent was installed at any point prior to the roof guy being there and installing it, it would be the roof guy. If the roof was done and then the vent was installed, it sounds like an HVAC guy. Either way, either trade that's doing it, the last guy that touched it, it's kind of hard to describe. If I put a roof in and it's not leaking and then an HVAC guy comes and botches the job, it's his inability. If they do the vent through the roof and then I come in and roof and it's leaking, it's the roofer's inability. Either way, somebody screwed it up. So I'll do what I can to help you from afar. Not at all. This is why HVAC guy, who is awesome, suggests I get a roofer to put in the proper. So you're saying, oh, City Lock, not Lack. I thought that was an A. You're saying that a good HVAC guy said get a good roofer. I mean, yeah, if there's something that I don't feel confident with, I'm not going to fake it until I make it. I'm just be brutally honest. Like, hey, that's not my skilled area of expertise. You should contact such and such. All right, let me run back down when it's lit and I can set my phone down. I like the impromptu, dusty out there. Kind of video stuff like this, it's a little more enjoyable than constantly running around on roofs and driving around all day. What time is it? Although, wow, an hour and 51-minute live. It's almost 7 o'clock. I will have to get going soon. My wife and daughter pick up the phone and be like, oh, grand roofing notification. Daddy's at the office, still working. Hopefully that gives you a little more visual, Chris, on which way that should be installed. So the big thing, I wanted to point out the low side and the high side. That low side, the shingles have to go under that flashing. If that's not done, then that's bad. If the shingles go completely under, like they literally, the roof is here and they just put the flashing flange down on the roof, that's absolutely bad. It's got to be tucked under like that. Shingles, flashing flange, shingles continuing on above. Water's got to shed all the way down that. Just looking through, see if I missed anything here. Maybe, possibly. If so, I apologize. Let me check something here real quick. I don't check that email very often. I don't think I've checked it this week. Let me look real quick. Your channel has helped me understand enough to know what is BS and what rings true. Thank you. Appreciate that. I really do. That's why I try to continue to do it when I can. If you can find somebody that is always trying to learn, not afraid to admit when he doesn't know something, and that should be a pretty good guy. I mean, it really, there's not a lot of hard detail in the roofing. There's some simple basics. That's what I don't get when you started seeing, and that's part of my motive to do this channel years back. One, seeing Eric Reno and was like, oh my God, that's badass. And he went incognito for the longest time. I looked up to him, and now here I am, of like 5 times surpassed his, well, not 5. I've really grown bigger than his channel, but the people that it's helped. The videos I saw when I got onto YouTube, look up roofing, was the world's fastest, and you just see people shooting nails carelessly wherever. It's like, yeah, you might seem fast, but it's not a good install, and they just don't care, and they're chasing that paper, and it's not a good ethic. God, I hate Windows Edge. I don't want it. tried deleting it. It keeps popping back up. I do not want Edge or whatever the hell that browser is. Where's my mouse? Gmail. Let's check this up real quick. Check something else real fast while I'm bringing that up. Ford's traded sideways today. I do a lot of stock trading too, where I have time to watch it. It was in a couple of long, short, well, not day trading, but intraday trading. And made some pretty good money on that over the last week or two. Oh, have I not ever signed in on here? Yeah, I may not be able to do it here. I'll have to do it on my phone when I end the stream. This laptop, for some reason, doesn't have the roofing emails logged in, and I probably won't be able to remember the password. Close, close. All right, we're going to wrap this one up here. Steve, you have a question about what a ladder create a dent in the edge of the roof. Okay, what's your question here? A little more detail. Like, I'm assuming you don't have a gutter hanging out and your just roof comes down and they leaned a ladder on it and it created a dent in the edge of the roof. Is that what you're talking about? So it's a question about how to fix it. Was it from a contractor that carelessly leaned it up? Yep. Well, good news is if it's just the very edge and you got your gutter apron up under there or drip edge or whatever, if it smashed the edge, it's not going to like cause a problem. Hopefully it wasn't a new roof and the contractor damaged it. If it's a newer roof and the contractor damaged it, have him fix it, but chances are he's going to deny it. It's not going to want to take care of it. If you want to fix it, you're just going to have to split the bottom. The concept's the same. I've got a ton of cut it flush. I mean, you can cut it flush, but I'd never put shingles flush with a drip edge like this. I'd always want shingles hanging down, whether it's apron or drip. Doesn't matter. You want your shingles hung down just a little bit. They're going to heat up and soften, and it gives it a lid for the water to run off of. If it's flat and flush, it's really hard to show. Alright, so here, I got a piece of drip edge and a piece of gutter apron. Doesn't matter which, should have this on the bottom. But if your shingles are run flush to here, water coming off due to surface tension will wick back up under this. It's not good. You want to have them hung down. A good roofer will use apron on the bottom and then hang shingles down. And when they heat up, they roll down with heat over time. And the water comes off and gives it a lip to drip off of. It's not going to go up that little bit right there and get under this. So if you cut it flush, you're going to remove the eyesore of looking at it and seeing it do that, you know. But if it's cut flush, now you're going to have potentially water getting under this due to surface tension. So if you want to fix it, if it's just a shingle or two, depending upon where they set the ladder, you just split the seal strip 2 rows up, take the nails out, take the nails out of the next row, pull that one down. If you need to shove a, what's up, Stephen Purva, how are you doing? Shove your starter row back in if you need, put your shingles back in. If you wanted to cut it so it's not 2 full shingles, depending upon where it breaks, make sure your keyway is the offset of where 2 shingles come together. The row above it needs to be offset. I mean, I've got plenty of video content out there, but that'd be a simple way to fix that where the ladder was set onto the gutter. Hey, Steven, if you guys are going to be back in town, give me a quick heads up, a win a few days prior. If you want to borrow that trailer again, it's here for you. Well, it will be here. I got a buddy using it currently. I'll be up in your neck of the woods on the 23rd. Going to the Chicago Build Trade Show. Not a problem, Steve. Hopefully that helps. But again, if it's at the very bottom edge, of your roof down here where he leaned the ladder on it, and you have any kind of soffit under there, even if you had a big chunk of that missing, it's not going to cause a problem to the point where I'd be freaking out worried about it. You know, it's going to take some time to cause an issue. As long as you don't have any decking exposed, probably hopefully have ice and water over or under, it's going to help that. Hey, not a problem, Steven. Like I said, buddy of mine's got it. He said he should be done with it midweek next week or so. I told him just take his time, but if you want to give me a heads up, I'll make sure I've got it, and it'll be available for you. In California, about to get new insurance. Was it something to do with insurance? Was it the insurance guy or an adjuster that came out, a public adjuster? Who was it that did that with the ladder, Steve? Shop around with insurance. Don't use one of the big name companies. They're not worth it. Long ago? Huh. All right. It's been 2 hours. I keep saying, oh, a few more minutes, and it always does this, which I enjoy, if it helps you guys. Oh, so it was a branch, like a long branch, a big branch that fell and caused damage? Hey, anytime, Steven. It's here. I've got a couple of them. Huh. Okay. I thought you said it was a ladder that hit it. Somebody rested a ladder on it. Where is the Chicago Build Show? Let me see if I can Google it. It's on my phone email, my work email on my phone, which if I pull that up, it may kill the stream or do something weird. So let me look here real quick. The Midwest biggest. Pop up these ads. No, I don't want to accept your cookies. Reject all. The Midwest biggest festival of construction. Hall D2, Lakeside Center, Level 3, McCormick Place. 2301 South Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, Chicago, Illinois, 60616 is where I will be on October 22nd. I think I may have said the 23rd, but it's Tuesday the 22nd. I'll be there that day. Only Tuesday I've got to be home in Kokomo. I've never been to this one. I figured it worked out good. It's on a day where I could get away, so I'm going to head down. Looks like the doors open at 9:30 to 5:30 on Tuesday and 9:30 to 4:30 on Wednesday. There's another contractor here in Kokomo I just talked to today. He said he was going to plan on being there, so maybe I'll be able to meet some of you guys, some familiar people, or, well, you won't be familiar to me, but give me a shout out if you're going to be there if you see me. All right. Hey, appreciate it, City. Take it easy. You're still out working. You were dropping stuff off at the truck. Chimed in. I appreciate it. You think it'll be in Vegas for the trade show for... Yeah, they have some big roofing trade shows out west, like far out west I want to go to. It's kind of hard to tell the wife and daughter, hey, see ya, I'm going to be gone for a few days. what I need to do is be like, hey, let's take a vacation. Let's go fly out west and go to this. You guys can just have a fun time while I'm at the show, and then we'll go to dinner and have a good weekend. But yep, so October 22nd, I'll be in Chicago for the Midwest Chicago Build Construction Show. 2024 Expo, Festival of Construction, McCormick Place. Not a problem, Steve. Appreciate it. Everybody else, appreciate it. If I didn't get your questions, I apologize. Chime in for the next one. Give it a quick thumbs up. Another live. Yeah, I want to try to do more of them. I just don't know what time the best time to do it is. I've done some in the afternoon, hit or miss. I've done some in the evenings, it's been hit or miss. I really don't know what the better days are or what the better times would be. But I definitely need, maybe I need somebody to like read my screen while I can focus on what I'm doing. They can give me the questions and I can try to answer the questions in a more, I wouldn't say informative, but more of a setup way, I guess, a better format. Appreciate it, Steve. And Steven, appreciate it. City, Chris, everybody else out there that's commented, hit the likes. Oh, I missed this one, Mike. Tamco Valley. All right, I got to get, before I go on for another hour, I'll try to release that video of one of the repairs I did today. The consensus of the 3 was the shingle repair. Nothing fancy, just uncut, unedited, raw, first-person view GoPro right here doing like 6 shingle repair, dimensional shingle repair. Then I'll do the pipe boot and then try to continually drip some other stuff and shoot some more content for you guys. And eventually get caught up, slow down, and work in the shop, build the board. Honestly, I don't know. I was thinking about how to make it fold up and stuff to where I don't heat that side of the shop, so when it gets cold in here, I could probably have a mock-up board built where I could get it through the door and have some good content in a shop-style setting with cameras and climate control area. So that's kind of in the thought up here. I don't know. We'll see if we can get to it. All right, guys. Appreciate it. I got to get going, too. As always, until next time, be safe. You're understaffed, man. I know. I mean, I got a great crew doing the jobs, but as far as answering the phones and everything else I do, yeah, I'm a bit understaffed, but I'm trying not to grow too big. I can handle what I've done. It'd just be a huge help to have one other person. All right, appreciate it. Until next time, be safe. We'll see you in the next video.